what is the origin of drill, baby, drill, attributing it to McCain. But I don't know, a quick Google search actually says that Michael Steele was the originator. And I certainly associate it with Sarah Palin.
What we've seen in the last week is that there has been some, not a lot, but some pressure on oil prices. And this is in line with our expectations of a potential Trump win, as we wrote in our preview for the elections.
It is positive, but perhaps not in the way that folks may anticipate at a high level. We put a note out earlier this week suggesting that while Trump's favorable stance towards oil and gas is probably positive for the industry from a profit standpoint, that it may not necessarily translate into increased drilling activity or better performance in stocks.
So just taking a look at the reaction last Wednesday of how the biofuel chain shifted. So U.S. ag, whether it be soybean oil, jumped post-news. Biofuels names, the ones that are heavily exposed, like Darling Ingredients or Nestle, for instance, fell. U.S. refiners jumped. And I think that's a reasonable reaction to it.
Some of the downside catalysts for oil prices could be that, I think the big one is tariffs. Those would very likely, of course, mean lower global trade, a lower oil demand, and lower oil prices. Another one that we were talking about was stronger dollar. Of course, this is part of the Trump trade, as the market is calling it now. The expectations of interest rates staying a little bit higher for a little bit longer, because inflation, due to some of Trump's suggested policies, would be higher for longer, and higher interest rates by the Fed could mean stronger dollar for longer. And the relationship between the dollar and oil is not a stable one, but generally, I think that the way the market is seeing this is that stronger dollar could mean just more pressure on oil prices. Another one, I think the pro-fossil fuel stance by the Trump administration could mean higher U.S. Domestic oil production.